What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, just to give a little bit of an update on the voucher proposals, you can see that one is currently passing and one is not. Now, you can also see that I voted for the proposal to sunset vouchers. That does not look like it is going to happen, so shout out to the People's Guild for giving an alternative that people actually do like, and looks like we'll be going with it. Again, I was kind of indifferent to it. I thought it would be easier all around. That's why I voted for Crypto Eaters, but I'm not tied to either. I just want something to be done about vouchers. Speaking of which, I do like the element of this proposal, we'll call it, and how it could impact things in the future if we remove all other utility and just give it those 4 cards throughout the year. Now, and we'll get into a little bit more of that in a second in terms of additional utility that could come in the future. But take a look at this, right? We have 14.6 million vouchers minted per day. Actually, I was messing around with this. So let's start over from scratch for people who might be new. You got 40,000, right, that are printed every single day. We're going to multiply that by 365 days. That gets you 14.6 million. Now, over the course of the year, there's going to be 4 of these cards. So we're going to divide that by 4, and that gets us roughly 3.65 million vouchers per card. Now, my thought is just go straight away and make sure the amount of cards that you print are going to be appropriate to cover all of this 3.65 million. So let's say that the cards are legendary, for example, okay? And just go with me on this. I've run the numbers across several rarities. I think they're all roughly the same anyway, but we want them to be awesome, right? We want people to want them, and they've got to be not meta-defining, but definitely a game changer in certain ways where people, people are looking at vouchers and thinking to themselves, well, I got to get it, right? I got to either use the vouchers that I have or, use the vouchers that I have or get vouchers. And then if people really like it and voucher prices go up, then we'll talk about that later too. So 3.65 million. 3.65 million. Now here's the thing. How many maxed copies would we like to create of these cards? I actually think the lower the better, to make them even that much more desirable, right? So hopefully my math is going to make sense here. First, what we're going to do is we are going to divide this by the maxed copies. Now, I think 1,000, we should definitely not print more than 1,000. We can even see with other promo cards, the appetite wasn't fully there. But, considering that we have anywhere from like 3,000 to 6,000 players, 1,000 seems reasonable, okay? And we can run these numbers with another one later. But let's just go ahead and divide this by 1,000, right? So that gives you roughly 3650. Now we have to also divide this by the amount of BCX in each of these maxed copies, which is 11 for legendary. So that comes up to 331.8 vouchers. We'll just say 332 vouchers for each of these, or for a copy of each of these. Now, at current prices with vouchers around $0.01, that prices these at about, $3 to $5. We're not quite at $0.01 yet, but we'll just say like $3 to $5. I think that's actually reasonable for a top tier card that people might want. Now, this is what I was saying about pricing though. If vouchers were to jump to 2 cents or 5 cents, right? Like, again, and the only reason I say 5 cents is because vouchers were priced at 5 cents for other things, but all of that utility is going away. So now we're just looking at vouchers and they're going to be clean cut from everything else, ideally, right? So when you take a look at this, all of a sudden, if we're talking about 5 cents, let's just, for fun's sake, let's just do 5 cents. Now we're talking about $16 per BCX. That's kind of in line with Rebellion. So if you get what I'm saying here, we could do 1,000 copies and essentially get a lot, not a lot, but 1,000 max copies of these cards and have them hopefully retain their value. And here's the thing, the value is super subjective for many people because if you hold assets that are giving you vouchers, right, whether it's staking SPS or note licenses, you're kind of getting these cards for free. It is the premium access that it's giving you. And if you don't want them, you can sell that access to someone else. And this is why I think it's super important, right? Fine, keep vouchers tradable, all that. I know it's not ideal for validators, but it's like, if you don't want the cards, then you trade it to someone else, right? If vouchers go up to 5 cents, maybe I want to get the cash from the vouchers, right? Turn that into something else or take ice cream money, and somebody else is out there willing to pay, however much per thing. Now, if we were to make them even scarcer, then, I was thinking like 500 max copies. Then, of course, you just double this, right? So it'd be about 600 vouchers, maybe closer to like 650, 700 vouchers per one. And at this point, like with vouchers at a penny, that's like $6, right? $6 to $9. I don't think that that's terrible. If vouchers go up in value, well, these cards, we want them to have value. Now, the last thing, and I'll close out on this, is, okay, so now we have a game plan, roughly, right? If the team goes with this, we have a game plan of using up all the vouchers and having them be available for this. Now, if the appetite just isn't there, then voucher prices go down, right? People just continue selling them. But there's only one thing you can redeem them for. So at some point, people, I believe, will go through and get them, right? So people will go and do something with them. And this is where I'm thinking there could be additional utility added on in the future, especially if the team gets into a better position, or we come up with a DAO proposal to do a one-off thing that includes vouchers, or does something for vouchers, or maybe one of these times they're able to do 2 cards, right? Maybe like a dragon and a neutral, for example, to like balance things out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, this is where it gets interesting, because now we are printing more cards than are required for vouchers. And if people want these cards, it's like, and this is where it gets really fun, right? If there's only enough vouchers for, like, let's say 500 max copies of 4 cards, but over the course of the next year we print 6 cards or 8 cards, that could get really fun. I mean, it could get vouchers to a point where people are like, I want this card and this card, so now I need to go and buy extra vouchers off the marketplace, or I need to go buy SPS and stake it, or grab a node. So I just want to share some of the math with you. To me, I think it's reasonable considering where voucher prices are at right now. Maybe it's something we readdress in the future for if voucher prices go up. But at this point, we're just trying to find single utility that has some kind of, or offers some kind of premium access for vouchers. And this makes the most sense. Let's just wipe them out, right? And there's still a lot right now. There's still like 12 million out there, which is almost like a year's worth of supply if you think about it. So ideally, maybe we even charge the first one even more so, right? But again, that comes down to the team and their availability and flexibility in terms of their resources when it comes to developing this. When will we see it? My guess is probably not until Q4. We're already, deep into Q3 already, and they have their plates full with soulbound reward cards next month, one-click site rentals this month, and then the onboarding tutorial hopefully sometime within the next 2.5 months. So my guess is the first time we would see this would probably be sometime in Q4. So, we'll be riding with more vouchers being printed for a while. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.